Hello.
Hi.
And welcome to Better in Stereo, a monthly podcast in collaboration between the Walleye and Blueprints. I'm Rebekah Skochinski.
And I'm Shannon Lepere.
And we will be your hosts. The Honest Heart Collective has gone from 4 to 2.
We sat down with Ryan and Nic MacDonald to chat about their new acoustic EP,
their Westfort beginnings,
and what's next.
So thanks for coming to Blueprints and sitting down with us for Better in Stereo.
Thank you for having us.
We understand you guys are like Westfort.
We are Westfort boys. You've done your research.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Because you
Nice.
were in a band called Amelia, Ryan.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out a band name, and that's just
You're like, we live on Amelia. Let's name it Amelia.
that was
It's
my
a good
idea.
name.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, who's Amelia? And then you're like, you mean where is
Yeah,
Amelia?
exactly. It's it's the best my 14-year-old brain could come up
Yeah,
with.
that's fair. But
That's
wasn't
pretty
there
good.
like a bunch of bands around that time that like all had names of like the neighborhoods they lived in?
Yeah.
We started the trend. That's
We
what
started the
happened.
trend.
You did
yeah,
it,
for
and then
sure.
there was, like,
And
some
Merriday
other ones.
Park.
Yeah.
And there's a couple more.
Yeah,
I
I
think,
don't-
but
There might not have been. It might have been just
the two of us. But
Okay.
seems
But it seems
was
like a
lot.
trend.
But like obviously,
Back in those days, it only takes two to make a trend. So
exactly.
That's true. And how long was Amelia around for?
Oh God, 24
years.
or sorry. 24 years? No.
24 years.
No, we were banned from 2006 until I think 2010.
Okay, so that's a good run.
Yeah, you were teens though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 12. Maybe I think we broke up in
2000, that seems
2011.
way
I thought you
too
said you were
short.
12 years old.
It might feel short.
I don't know. People start
actually.
giving numbers and my brain just
Okay,
shuts off.
I'm trying to think here.
Can't do the math.
But we did.
It was longer than that because I was like 12 years old when you guys started recording your first EP, and then I was 18
When you were
when
in
we
the
went on
band.
tour in the band.
Did
So
you join the band?
I did join the band
Oh.
when I grew up. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, when you weren't 12.
So I
When I
don't
grew
know.
up.
It was a close to probably close to like an eight year run. It was almost
Okay.
it was like a decade
Yeah,
of my
that's
life,
wow.
maybe. But it was done before I was 21 though.
Yeah.
Started when I was 14, done before I was 21.
and then
so.
you went into the Honest Heart.
Well, and then I went to college.
No,
And then
that was the first big stage of depression.
I retired. I
Okay.
retired from
Yeah.
music, and I went to school, and I was going to go become a recording engineer,
Right.
which I did, and then I didn't have any friends, so I couldn't find any bands to record because I lived at my dad's house in Ottawa, and we were on the other side of town from campus. So I just started writing my own songs for my school assignments, and then that became the Honest Heart Collective.
That's so cool. And like how it all segued into that
Well, I mean,
from school. Because you were like, I don't know, I'll just start writing my own stuff.
Well, yeah, like I need
That's right.
music and I need people. Well,
I'm a person.
I'm a person. I could do this.
I have ideas.
Yeah.
That's great. How would we, so with just going back to the Westfort, is say if someone is listening who's maybe not from Thunder Bay and doesn't know what we're talking about when we say Westfort, how do we describe Westfort
the
to people
place where
as
you
a
can
neighborhood?
drink a beer on the front of your stoop and no one cares.
It's an old wartime neighborhood, right?
Like
All
my
that-
block has
Yeah.
no curbs. Actually, my girlfriend and I last October we purchased a house in Westfort.
Oh, nice.
So-
Keeping it
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, we're on Francis Street now. It's the same block, just
Oh,
the
that's
other
fun.
side of
Yeah.
Amelia. So, yeah, I can see my childhood house from the back lane. It's beautiful. I love the neighborhood. We're so close to the train yard too, right? So, just the trains gently
the trains
rock you to
well,
sleep.
they're always gentle. Sometimes the shunting is just like you're laying there going, okay, is the world ending? Oh, no, it's the trains.
Yeah, it's just
Okay,
the
we're good.
trains. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we live by the trains too, but like around the corner once it like leaves Westfort and it's right. And then they like at the train yard are like smashing together at midnight. I'm like, oh my God.
That just reminds me of home.
Yeah.
It's calming to me.
Yeah, just rocking you to sleep. Just
Yeah.
the house is vibrating.
I don't know about that.
Those
they were-
houses have been there forever.
They were built in World War II.
seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they're good.
Like the house that we grew up in, when we moved, it was over 100 years old.
Oh.
You know, and it's still
still there.
It's still there.
I know the couple who bought it.
It cost
Like,
triple what my parents bought it for and sold it for, mind
probably
you.
more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love Westfort.
Yeah.
I do too.
It's seriously,
It's a great-
it
great-
has
great little
everything you
neighborhood.
need. It's a walking neighborhood. You got Westfort Foods right there. You got the
Jane's Variety's not there
deli.
anymore.
I know Jane's.
barbershop.
Oh, Jane's
Jane's.
Variety. I went. I used to go there as a kid.
And that's where I spent my
Yeah.
Our walk every day to school and every day home. Like we would always stop
Oh,
by
right, 'cause
Jane's,
if you were Amelia,
Tarbert
yeah.
Street, yeah.
get a slush puppy.
Nice. I always got those
Penny
little
candies.
those bags. Yeah, the bags of
Yeah.
like the little mystery bags that cost.
Yeah.
Didn't know what you were
But
gonna
don't
get.
you
but it was
have a
always good.
promo photo in front of Jane's Variety?
Well, we did a photo shoot for the
Okay.
Walleye
I saw that online. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
it was in
Westfort.
front. It was in front of Jane's Variety.
in
Yeah,
our
it was our
blood.
old
Somebody
stomping
lives
grounds.
there now.
We just need a few more things back because there was a bowling alley.
Was there?
Yeah, there was a
Yes.
bowling alley on
It's a
Frederica
gym
Street.
now.
It's a gym
I know.
now.
So there used to be. It's like you could go bowling. You could.
But the
right?
bowling, but it was like they were all on strings, and you had to record your score yourself. And nobody knows how to record a bowling score.
Like I hit 4 pins. 4?
It's true. There's
it
this like
four?
mysterious
It's true.
thing what happens
The
when you score
algorithm
after
with-
the spare.
The algorithm with bowling is just crazy to us.
Yeah.
So you don't bowl then?
We do,
Oh, you do?
and we're good at it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
5
We're-
pin, 10 pin.
10
10.
pin.
Okay.
We haven't gone in a while though.
We're exceptional.
Any other hobbies that you do that are like,
I golf a lot.
you golf?
Yeah, I picked it up to try
So
to curb a
much.
serious depression this year. Yeah.
That's not
Did it
true.
help?
You've
Did
been
it
golfing
help?
for like 3 years.
Yeah, but I got a membership this year.
like
Oh,
okay, it's been going on.
You
for a while.
committed.
I committed this year. Yeah.
And does it help?
The beers
The
do.
bowl? Oh, I was gonna say like there's that sort of argument about like how much of a sport is it?
It's a sport
If
Oh,
you
for sure.
can right like curling, I feel is the same way, right?
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
drink, eat Chinese food.
Well,
Curling's the
couple of
winter
rocks.
version of golf, I think.
it really depends on how far.
Oh, I feel like the golf people might.
Oh no, I shouldn't say that. I don't know. I don't even golf.
I don't.
Help.
I have no loyalty. You know,
Okay,
I'm not
good.
gonna be. I'm
You're
not
just
gonna be
dabbling.
upset. But
You're just dabbling.
it is one of those things. Like if you're gonna walk 18 holes like the pros do, it's definitely a sport,
Yeah.
especially in the summer.
But why would you do that when you can cruise in a golf cart?
Well,
Don't
you
the
could
pros
save. You
take a
could
golf
save your.
cart?
No, pros.
No.
They gotta walk, and they gotta walk 18 holes 4 days in a row.
Okay.
They don't take the cart.
No, that's why they have a caddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
Getting
learning
schooled on the
things.
golf.
great shoes. Great shoes.
Wow.
Yeah, great shoes.
The shoes are great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I think we're warmed up.
Yeah.
Let's,
Yeah,
let's start
I think
talking
I'm-
music now. We've done Westfort, we've done golfing, we've done bowling.
Establishing our roots.
Right, establishing our roots. So as a band, you guys have been through some changes.
Yeah.
Since the spring.
Yeah, we'd rather not talk about any of that.
Oh,
Sorry,
He's
just kidding.
He's
okay.
kidding.
I'm like, we don't have to. That's the next
can scratch
question.
That's a whole page gone.
Because I was also
Okay,
like,
and,
but I was also
we're
like,
done.
okay, it's been some time. Like, I'm sure you guys have
All right,
kind
it's
of
been
like
nice having
figured
you
out.
guys.
So can you just tell us about some of those changes, where you're at now?
Yeah. It's been kind of tough. We've been banned for over a decade now, and inevitably life catches up. You know, we're no longer 22 years old touring in my old Chevy Astro. You know, playing for whoever will listen. It's now at a point where money is a big obstacle. As opposed to running how you're going to run a business, how you're going to continue to do things, and unfortunately, responsibilities and people's partners and pets and houses and rent and bills come out first, and we did our best. We really did our best to try to accommodate that, especially in a post-pandemic world. We found different avenues of creating money. It just unfortunately, for some of us, it just wasn't quite sustainable, and Jay and Kevin had to leave the band this year, and which was sad, and it's still kind of it's still I think it will always and forever be a soft spot, you know, because we sort of prided ourselves on being a band of lifetime friends and of. You know, they were family. They weren't like family. They were family.
Of course.
Yeah.
We all grew up together, and it was tough doing it without them. When we were forced to, they left the band 9 days. 9 days before our first big agency tour support slot.
Oh no.
That we kind of been working our whole time to get, and that's kind of the sick joke of all of this is that. You get older, and we get older as musicians, and we get better at what we do, and we write better songs, and we build a bigger fan base, and we start doing things, and we start getting these opportunities, going on tour, playing bigger festivals. But unfortunately, in this day and age, like the money's just not there to support it, which is sad.
Yeah, like it's freakishly expensive to be in a band, and when you do get a touring opportunity, most of the time you're not making enough money to actually be out doing that, let alone taking time off a day job.
Right.
And like you
People don't
might
think about
break
that.
even.
There's the tour
but
time, and then it's like the time away and
Yeah.
what that costs, even just that, right?
Well, yeah.
So
It's
right,
like,
you're
all
not
right.
in town. You can't
yeah,
unless you
you're not
work
working,
like
you're not.
remote. Then it's not
Even
really-
then.
Yeah, I've been a bartender for the whole time I've been in this band.
Yeah, that was going to be my question is like, I think we know as musicians and artists and creatives that it's just like, okay, it's more, the challenge is always, how do I somehow do this and find something else I can do that
Yeah.
doesn't completely drain, but gives me the freedom and,
And the
it's
flexibility,
just,
too,
It's just
like, hey,
always that, you
like,
know, you always
going
feel
on
like,
tour
if
and
I
then,
could
like-
have the perfect setup, this would be it. And
Yeah.
it's a real challenge.
And for sure, and I've been very lucky. I work at Lakehead Beer Company, and the owners there and my boss are incredibly accommodating, and they're big supporters of what we do, and I can't thank them enough. But it's tough when you're like, I don't really make consistent money.
Yeah,
you know,
I think that's like the
Yeah.
artist way too. You want to do what you love, but
well, and bills
need
are
to-
consistent,
yeah, the bills
unfortunately.
just keep
That's
coming.
the problem.
yeah.
Is those things still exist? So it's stressful.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
So that
Yeah.
was a huge
Yeah.
motivating factor in the change. But the issue for Nick and I is that we have a brand new record that's done.
Yeah,
Like
so
a full-
exciting.
Full length album,
band.
Ready to
recorded
go,
in the
yeah.
bank. It's been done this whole time. It's been done since December of last year, and it's our best work, I would say, by at least 3 miles.
okay.
You know, and it can't not come out. I don't think I could leave this thing with my head held high if I didn't give this record a chance.
Right.
Because
There's a lot of work and
yeah,
your
and
heart and soul.
and it could be the one that makes it happen. You know,
Right. How great to have that in a way, right? That
it's
in the can, right?
It's
Like,
a
it's almost
double-edged sword.
double-edged
Yeah.
sword, right?
Because it's tough because it's like, oh, we made the best record we've ever made with our two best friends, and now we'll never really get to play it with them.
right.
right. So you'd have like
But
So
at the
it's-
same time,
it's tough to
having
listen to.
Having it there also is this unfinished
Business.
thing that
You got it.
that you want to kind of keep
It
doing.
keeps us.
Yeah.
It keeps us motivated. It keeps our eye on the prize. Like
Mm-hmm.
we have this big thing in the bank that we know is going to be great when it comes out. And if we didn't have that, I don't know what we would do. It's like similar to how our record More Harm, when that came out, we had that done before the pandemic.
So we've kind of been in this constant state of laying in wait for a while, but it is more difficult now. We're not just trying to figure out how to pay ourselves and make something. We're also now hiring.
right. So
You know,
that's a cost too.
we're hiring hired guns to come out and play with us. And this year, it's luckily and unluckily in the same sentence. This has been the busiest year we've ever had. We've got a huge support slot in March that we went and did, and then we played the biggest festival we've ever played, which is All Your Friends Festival in Oro Medonte, just north of Barrie. Same grounds they do the Boots and Hearts Festival.
Yes. Oh,
So
nice.
we opened for Billy Talent and Jimmy Eat World and Fall Out Boy. Like, it was a huge festival that we were a part of.
That's cool.
And we were the first band to ever play it, so which was great. We have another festival next week.
Next week? I
with
saw it.
yeah, with a hero of mine. His name's Frank Turner, UK-based folk punk artist who was single-handedly the inspiration behind me starting to write those songs in Ottawa that I was telling you guys about
kind of
earlier.
a full circle
Big
moment,
full
really.
circle moment for
Yeah.
me. So we get to go do that. I get to play with one of my heroes this year. We have another support slot where by the time this airs, we'll be on the road opening for Matthew Good.
which is
Oh, fun.
huge.
That's huge. So how long is that?
2
tour?
weeks,
Okay, a couple
I
weeks?
think 9 shows.
9 shows in
9 shows.
11 days.
Yeah.
Plus a couple days. There'll be six days of travel on 2 on the front end and 4 on the back.
Fingers crossed our van can make it.
Oh
Right?
yes.
The wheels almost flew off on our way home from
no.
All Your Friends.
Oh, dear.
It's terrifying, but it lives to ride another day. So
Good.
Is it like an old van?
it's an 08,
08
Chevy
Chevy
Express.
Chevy Express. Oh, the Astros I have some fondness for an Astro van.
Well,
the Chevy Express. Oh, I know. I know.
the
what happened to
Astro's
that. I know.
long dead,
I know.
yes.
I know what happened to that one.
The
But yeah.
Astro died,
Yeah.
and then we bought a 2006 Chevy Express that we flipped on the highway
Oh, I remember
at the end
that.
of
Yes,
2017.
winter.
And then we bought this one, and we've had it since 2018. So
Chevy though. Chevy's the.
That's it.
Is that like
They
the
make 'em.
mobile?
I love it. Right? I'm like, can we need to get like some sort of Chevy? Like,
Oh, I would
right?
love.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
We'd love a Chevy
Oh,
endorsement.
We do need
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Desperately.
We could use a
They can
Chevy
hear us?
endorsement for sure.
Yeah, like
Drop
this
a big
we're
hint.
talking years of touring.
I'm
dropping
talking
a big hint.
Like they could, we'll give them. They can have unlimited access to our catalog for commercials if they just give us a new Chevy
Yeah, a
Express.
new one.
Right?
that the
Brand,
wheels won't fall
brand
off.
new.
Brand
Yeah,
okay. Brand
2024 Chevy
2024
Express.
Chevy.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
that's
speaking
great.
of like music and all that stuff, so you have a new EP that you've done,
We do, yes.
and it's acoustic.
Yeah.
Can you tell me like how that evolved, or like what your inspiration was for that?
I'm kind of always working on something. I've always got a song idea, something in my.
He's so prolific.
No, it's not a lot. It sometimes takes a while. I don't write a lot of songs, but there's always something.
But you
working.
do, because you guys have a huge catalog of songs. I do listen to you
We've
guys,
been
so
a-
I know.
Thank you.
But-
Yeah.
We've been a band for like 11 years.
Okay.
So it's not like
You're
as
saying
huge
that
as it
there
cou-
should be more?
There should be, you know.
Where's our 30-song record, right?
First time you've done an acoustic album.
Yeah. It's just a 4-song EP. It just kind of had these.
Well, wait.
Wait, you had
Wait,
acoustic
wait.
albums?
Hit the scratch. Okay. We had other acoustic music, but like the first EP, I would
Oh.
say is an acoustic album.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So not
Yeah.
since your first EP.
Yeah.
So why acoustic
So
this time?
I've always got these ideas kind of on the go, and usually they're voice memos on my phone and stuff, and sometimes they never see the light of day. And but for this time around, we were I'd started recording them at our studio, and it just kind of fell into place. Like we needed to put something out after the boys had left, and we're trying to stay relevant kind of ish, because we are nowhere near ready with the content and the marketing pieces to start with the new full length record. So we kind of needed that bridge piece, and we found it in a couple of these songs that I had written, and Nick gave the stamp of approval on, and he said they were good enough to go, and then
Good enough.
paired it up with this Atlantic City cover.
That's
that-
pretty much all of our stuff's good enough. You know?
Right.
You
I
got
like it.
You got,
good enough.
It's like you got to check in with the family. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
what's
do you
it
think?
like?
Everybody
Yeah.
needs an editor.
Yeah. Well,
No, it's true.
We edit this ourselves.
Oh.
Why was there an awkward
But-
pause?
What?
Anyway.
Well, she kind of does. She's like the writer.
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
No, I do
But-
love editing. I like the creative process, but I also like when there's like something there to
Yeah,
work
this is a
with.
great script you wrote for us.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I love this script.
Stay on script,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, we're just
Okay.
blabbing. I like it.
No,
is
well,
there
this is
a-
the script.
No, this is the script.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
Is
we're
there a
reading
favorite-
off
I-
paper right
yeah,
now.
it's like
Is there a favorite song?
On the EP?
Yeah, people probably hate when you ask that. It's like
No,
asking for a favorite,
No.
or one you love to play. Like, is there something about one that's just?
you say yours. I'll say
Yeah, I was
mine.
gonna
say,
They
it'd
might
be different.
I would say probably the title track, The Lower End of Expectation, is probably one of my favorites that I've written in a while. That's just kind of myself. It's a very personal, almost sort of a letter to somebody, and just kind of talking about one of my own insecurities about not being enough for somebody. So just staying on the lower end of expectation is where I can't disappoint anybody. So it's it was a period of time, and it was a nice little stamp on that one, and really proud of the way that I was able to write those feelings down and put them to that melody. So
Yeah, I like that one a lot too. It's not my favorite, but I love any song that evokes like a fantasy vibe. And to me, when we sing about like a place, like the lower end of expectation, it's a proper noun. It's like this fantasy place that it's a real thing, but it just makes me feel like it's almost otherworldly in its sadness. We have another
visualize it.
Yeah, we have another song off the new unreleased record called Never and Nowhere, and it's
which, if you sign up to our Patreon, you can listen to it right now for free.
Okay, that's
Yes.
a plus.
Okay.
Actually, it's not for free. You got to pay to get on
Well-
Patreon.
yeah, but once
artists,
you
please.
pay to a
Yeah.
Once you-
subscription, everything on that's free.
Yeah,
now
so that's how
once you-
subscriptions work. They
once
don't
it's coming
cost
off your
money.
card.
Yeah.
I mean, who's really looking? Anyway, but that
It's
song
true. It's
also is a similar. a similar vibe where it evokes the same sort of fantasy space to me. And I'm just a big book nerd, and I love anything otherworldly, and so that's great. Anyway, my favorite song on the EP is "She Isn't You."
Okay.
It's more upbeat, and that's one we worked on that one a lot together. Where the other two Ryan wrote just himself, like alone in a dark room.
Right. So you don't have as
crying.
much like.
Yeah. So this one's a little more fun, a little more upbeat. We did like the whole chorus we wrote together, and then Ryan like did all of his stuff on the verses. So it just got like more of a upbeat kind of fun vibe, and could be a great song to have a full band rendition of.
Oh,
So
nice.
One day, yeah.
Yes, one day soon.
Putting that out
maybe.
there.
Who knows?
Okay, band for over a decade. Is there a career highlight that stands out that, like maybe you've said when you've been having some of these sort of more struggles or darker times, that there's a moment that you go back to and you go, like that's, or is there just a few, or is it more about a feeling?
I think
Is there...
I think a highlight for me is just now in the hallway when JP told me that the rock photo, or the photo that we took of me throwing my guitar up in the air, and that got captured when we were at the All Your Friends festival, and he was just,
Oh my God, he showed me that.
He
This
said-
is awesome.
He said we could quit now.
yeah,
and I
he
was
said
like,
we could quit now. You did it all.
Okay.
You know,
I guess
But
we
I
can.
I would
quit.
say it's like kind of earning that respect from our peers, you know, both locally and abroad, is a big career highlight for me. Just as a general statement, you know, we kind of were this sort of scrapped together band when we started, and it's kind of evolved into this thing where we have real fans now all over the world. And another moment that was very similar to that was when our neighbor, he works at Canada Post, and he never really realized how big of a deal it was until we put More Harm out, and we did the vinyl pre-orders, and we shipped out like probably, I don't know, like 100 or something vinyls, and they were going all over the world, and he processed all of them. And he came up to me the next day and he was like, "Hey, I just want you to know, like, I didn't really realize how big this thing was."
Also kind of a really reserved, grouchy kind of man.
And he was happy.
And he doesn't
like,
really,
supportive.
like, you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes he'll hit you up and be like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" You're like, "Oh, what? Oh."
But yeah, so
But he went out of his way
yeah,
to...
to let me know that he thought it was really cool that we were sending records to the UK and Australia and all over the US, and yeah, so it was
I kind of love that. And you know that he's probably like telling
yeah.
the people that he's with, like, hey, like, how have I started those
Yeah,
guys?
those are my neighbors.
That's my
Yeah.
neighbor.
Look
Which,
at that.
So
yeah.
it just sort of like those are like kind of the little small moments that you're just like,
Right.
oh, that's really cool. You know, and I'm trying to do better at acknowledging those and
the little
and
collective
celebrating
ones, they
the
just
little
kinda-
victories a little bit more, because it's so easy to get caught up in like, oh, what's next?
How would you describe your style? Like, do you think...
We went on tour with two bands called one was Royal Tusk from Edmonton, another one's called Broken Love from Toronto, and he has a Justin from Broken Love has a couple guys from New York who play with him, and so we get to hang out and meet all those guys, and it was the greatest tour ever. And I forget exactly which show it was, but at one day they were just like, "You guys are Warped Tour Springsteen." That's what
They figured it out.
they figured it out like
And so
instantly.
you're like, that's what we're going to say.
and that's what we say now.
Yeah. No one's ever said that before, and it was so
But it's
fitting because it's so
fitting and
us.
It
so
is so
plain.
fitting.
Yeah.
It's who
Yeah, I
we
can see
are.
that.
We grew up going to Warped Tour. We love hardcore bands. We were in a hardcore band.
I was too.
All the
I don't
cool-
know, do I
people
believe
here-
you or not? You
No,
all
I-
snorted,
I
so I can't
was.
tell.
all the
You
cool
were.
people
And I was in a
were.
girl
I'm
punk
sorry, I was
band.
not.
Yeah, I
They
remember
know
that.
I was
Dirty
not
baby.
cool. I
The
was
wrist
singing in the
rich
church
history.
choir. I was not a cool
No, that's cool.
kid in the band. My dad was
That's
in the band. but
super
not me.
cool.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
so we do have a speed round coming up. Do we feel like we've discussed what you guys are doing next? Maybe we should ask that. So you are going on you have a gig?
So when this airs,
Yep.
we will be out. We will be out west, opening for Matthew Good
Oh, exciting.
on tour in Saskatchewan, Alberta, and British Columbia.
Oh, great. Hope you have a great time out there.
I hope so, too.
What's the best way for people to keep in touch with what you're doing? Instagram?
Instagram, yeah.
Okay.
At Honest Heart Co. on Instagram. That's the easiest way to do
No,
it.
we're only on X now.
Oh.
No.
Sorry. No, yeah, you can only find us on X.
Yeah.
No, at Honest Heart Co.
Okay.
Across them
across
all,
the board,
but
yeah.
mostly
Good.
Instagram. That's the one we kind of put the most stock into.
Yeah.
It's the best one. Unless you're a child in Snapchat or something.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Facebook's for old people. Sorry.
I kind of like it still.
It,
It's nostalgic.
It's good for some things.
I mean,
feel
I
like
shouldn't say
it
that. I'm
reaches
old.
it reaches some people, so you kind of have to use it a different way. And I don't know, some people are only on there.
My mom gets tons of interactions on her garden posts on Facebook. So
Okay, so Facebook is for gardeners.
it's
okay, well, I won't be on there. I kill
Yeah.
plants.
just gotta.
I'm a plant killer.
You're Nora's nemesis.
I'm a plant killer. I'm
She
sorry.
she
I
kills
just
her indoor
can't.
plants.
I can't. I never water them.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You got to go out every. It's like you got to go. You
everyday
got to make
thing.
it a habit.
But
You got to make it
plants
like a
are ridiculous.
ritual.
Like you look at your plant and then it's like, the leaves are turning brown. You go, okay, why are my plant leaves turning brown? They could be turning brown because of too much water or not enough water. And you're like,
Or you have to sprinkle some
which
coffee grounds
one?
in there.
No,
and
I
a
just
thing
don't know
of
which one it is.
yidda-yidda.
I don't know which one it is. Anyway,
needs a
okay.
fix.
I love that we were talking about plants
Yeah, we are.
with all this creativity in the room.
yeah,
Anyway.
whatever.
Okay, so we have a question from Blueprints.
Okay,
So they said, you guys have had your own ice cream.
we have.
You've had your own hot sauce.
Yes.
Maybe your own beer?
Yes.
Okay.
Twice.
Twice. Okay, so if you
I've
could-
had more than 2
more than 2?
He's drank more than 2 beers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Beers
I mean,
or
obviously.
beer?
this morning.
Plural. This morning.
Just kidding.
Okay.
That's also a joke.
We don't judge here.
Fib.
No one knows what time it is.
So-
okay, so
It's 10
if you
o'clock
could
at night right now.
if you could design your own next product, like what would the ultimate collab be?
Our
Like
next
the dream product.
Yeah,
Like,
like-
what would be the next dream product?
collab. I mean, we've been pretty fortunate. Like, I think. I don't know. Like,
Maybe like beer.
Again?
Oh, sorry. It's on my mind.
Well, you start.
We were talking about beer, so I
Just
thought that would
beer,
be
you
a
just-
great collab.
you know,
can
like
You get like a free case out of it usually. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing.
Or no, we've done it twice because we did it with Lake of the Woods and we did it with Sleeping Giant, but we did it with Sleeping Giant
Okay,
twice.
you know, the hot sauce and we did the ice cream.
Yeah, I mean, what would I
Well,
mean?
the ice cream, wasn't it like peanut butter and jam?
Peanut butter and jam sandwich
I
gelato.
remember that.
It was so good. The tour sandwich we called it because our mom would always make us a big cooler full of PB&Js and send us off with them.
Yeah, when we first started touring.
Oh, that's great.
But
I mean, golf balls would be pretty cool.
Well, that's because you're a golfer now.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
golf
What
ball-
about you, Nick, though? Do you golf? No.
I would do a
I do.
maybe like a Persian.
Okay.
Maybe like a Persian collab where we
Okay.
got our own
Flavor?
icing.
No, you
I
can't screw with the
scrap
flavor.
this. I'm not. I don't want
Okay.
to. I don't want to change the Persian. I can't even stand the
Do we
blueberry
even know?
ones.
Is it strawberry or raspberry?
It's raspberry.
Raspberry.
That's what I think, too.
We just had them
It's raspberry.
just
It's
before we got
raspberry.
here. We were just
Yeah.
across
Did
the street.
you?
Oh, you went?
Yeah, we went for lunch.
I will die on the hill of that. It's
No,
raspberry.
I'm pretty sure
It's raspberry.
raspberry.
I
It's a
won't even
sweet
try the
raspberry.
blueberry one.
Yeah.
It looks wrong.
It's
It's got to be
sacrilegious.
pink.
I know they only had
Everything.
blueberry left one day, and I was just like, oh,
Maybe they could put like
No.
a fancy, like a stamp or something for like
yeah, like
H for.
no.
Like a
little
little honest
flags
heart.
in them, like a little like.
Oh yeah. Wow, we're thinking
like
big
a
here,
Persian
guys.
man.
on like a
We're thinking big.
Yeah, little flags on a toothpick with the logo on it.
I don't know.
Probably not.
No, something that would make us a lot of money, like
Like the hot sauce was
like
good.
like Bugattis or something,
Oh.
or like
Yeah.
Like a car,
Yeah, like a
is what you're
really
saying.
expensive sports car.
Yeah, like F1.
Yeah,
Or like the Chevy again.
I was gonna say, or like a Chevy.
Oh,
Bring
yeah.
it back full circle.
Full
Yeah,
circle.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll get Chevrolet to start building F1 cars. Put our logo on it. It'd be perfect.
I think maybe we're talking about vans. Like
Imagine
I was
imagine a
originally-
Chevy
whatever.
Express racing
Hey,
an
you know what?
F1 car. Like imagine that.
I mean, like a van is good for equipment, but if you have a fleet of race cars, you
Yeah.
can just, like,
Yeah,
strap the
one
equipment on.
piece in each.
One piece per.
I will say on that note, the Heartbeat collaboration has been like the best collaboration.
yeah, they are
we-
one of the
we've
best
been-
companies ever to
Yeah,
collab
to
with.
ever
They
work with.
offer such a incredibly more than fair deal on the sauce that we can sell on tour, and
Nice. So you
It's-
still have
We
it.
still
we
like so-
always have it.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we've
Yeah.
always had it. Yeah, it's like a in stock, out of stock sort of thing. It just depends on
when they make it. or-
Well, it's just the red habanero, but it just has our name on it.
Which is our
Oh, you
own
got your own
label.
lo-
Yeah, so we just have our own label on
Fun,
it.
okay.
And then so yeah, like whenever we need it, I just send Jeff an email and he hits me back saying it'll be ready on this day, and
It sells itself.
It sells
though.
itself on tour.
Seriously.
So
Oh, that's
I want
fantastic! What a great collab.
Hot sauce.
they're such a great community partner that we've had and been fortunate to work with. So shout out Heartbeat.
Yay, Heartbeat. Okay, so we're gonna go into a speed round
Let's
now.
do it.
I don't know how speedy we're gonna get.
Yeah, we're
but
not.
I thought
gonna try.
wasn't that the
Blah, blah,
first
blah.
question of the speed round?
No,
No,
that
that
was
was
a
for
blueprints
Blueprints.
question.
That's
Oh,
the Blueprints
yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question, Blueprints. Blueprints.
Or maybe a collab with Blueprints. Isn't that? I guess that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Sorry,
That's why
okay.
they have the question.
I forgot where
They're
I
gonna
was.
come in with a tray of hot sauce very soon.
Woo.
Okay, I'm waiting. They're not coming. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Best thing about being a musician.
The chicks. Moving on.
Shut up. Hearing
That was a really quick response.
It was. You didn't have to think about that one.
hearing people.
Why would you have to think about that? I'm a musician.
Fair enough.
Sorry, go.
Go Ryan. Go Ryan.
Is hearing people's stories the way when they tell you how your music's affected them and impacted their lives. We've had a couple over the years that have pretty moving stories, and we're very grateful to be a part of people's stories.
Yeah.
That's great. How do you? Yeah.
Both of those answers are great
they
Thank
are.
you.
They
in different ways.
yin and yang.
Anyway,
Okay, maybe what's the hardest thing then about being a musician?
Being
the chicks.
I knew that was coming.
Should have known. I was like walked right into that one.
That one's, well, I mean,
Yeah. Again, Ryan.
well, I mean, maybe you're bombarded with people and things.
being broke and not
Yes.
having enough time to devote to your craft because you're constantly working.
Oh yeah.
I feel like a lot of people probably can relate to that.
Yeah, you just end up missing out on stuff too. Like you gotta leave, and leaving is great because we get to tour and do what we love, but it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of money. And like Ryan said, having a balance in your life, like you don't get that when you're trying to do music at the level we're doing it at this point in our lives, where we're not making enough money off of it to do it full time. So it's like always trying to squeeze it in here and there.
Right.
And you always kind of feel a little bit like a fraud because you're never as good as you could be. Like I'm not as good of a player as I was when I was like 17 and all I did was play music. It's like I've got a partner now. I've got
The chick.
responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the main chick. Like
Right.
I've got
The only.
The main, yeah, careful.
Only.
well, there's like other chicks in my life, you know? Like
Our dog doesn't count.
she's a female. Sorry.
It is fair. Like
excuse
life's
me.
just, there's
but
other
yeah.
things that come
There's just a
up
lot.
that
So you
need
don't get to really prioritize it the way we'd like to.
Sorry for your speed round.
That's okay.
Oh,
This
that's
is what
okay.
happened last time.
These are the important questions.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, I'm going to
I
flip
know
my
we're not
paper.
supposed.
We're
This is
flipping
the other
the
thing. They're
paper.
like, you can't have paper and flip it. I'm like, okay.
You're flipping. You're doing the flip.
paper.
It's like they don't know about ASMR or something. Right. Like it sounds amazing.
Like, come on, this is real life here.
Yeah,
We got papers. We're reading.
Like I can remember all this.
You're going to tell Peter
this.
Mangebridge not to have a paper in
Right?
front of him?
Or the pen. They always just have a pen.
Yeah.
That's my pet peeve. It's like, it makes you look official. Okay, cat person or dog person?
Dog person.
Yeah.
We have a family cat who I love dearly, but she is a little.
Don't say it. She
But
sucks.
She's not good.
No.
She is mean. She's
Mean
a
cat.
She's a mean one.
Yeah, she's a mean one. Yeah, so we'll both go
She
dog.
likes me the best, but our little pup Peyton.
Oh.
Oh,
Let's see.
pictures?
Yeah.
Your phone's off.
No.
Okay, we'll look later.
Yeah, we'll look after. So if you could go anywhere right now, where would you go?
Probably home.
Like
Wow,
you don't
that's
want to
a-
be here.
I'm just kidding.
Like I'm like it's not.
And the interview
like,
is
we're
done.
like
I'm just-
Fiji.
I'm sorry, I
you
can't
know.
help myself.
You're like
I know,
home.
I'm
I would
so
really
bad.
I would. That was fast.
That was good. That was good.
I'd like to go to Italy.
Me too, actually.
Yeah, I've never
Yeah.
been, and we have 3 top 10 radio hits in Italy.
Somehow we do.
Yeah.
It's,
What do you mean
it's-
somehow?
And
Your
it's,
music is
it's
good.
not fake.
We've been on MTV Italia.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we had 3 top 10 singles on rock radio in Italy.
Oh,
So-
how fun!
So I would like to go to Italy.
Yeah.
because maybe someone would recognize
And then
me.
you'd be like,
Arrivederci.
right?
Yeah.
A riveting.
I don't know. On that note,
Well, I'm going to ask the last question because I think it would be.
okay,
I think it's good.
do it.
Who out of both of you would survive a zombie apocalypse?
Neither. No way. We don't have a chance. We don't have.
You're good at math.
We don't
Maybe
have.
you could ration your supplies.
We don't have any like man skills, like at all.
But
I'd
you're a
have to-
homeowner. You got to learn that a little bit.
Yeah, but that's what my mom's
Your
boyfriend is
Westfort
for.
house is too good.
He has fake plants in front of his house.
No, he doesn't. But I will.
Yeah, I don't think either of us would last very long. I mean,
I don't know.
Actually, I would probably last longer because
he wouldn't take any
camp.
risks.
Like I like to camp.
Yeah.
Ryan has never slept in a tent, I think.
We built houses for a reason. Okay.
Like every time I've been like, "Hey, Ryan, we're going camping. You want to join?" He's like, "No,
No.
What am I? What an outhouse?
Oh,
Are you crazy?" I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah. Plumbing exists.
yeah." So
I'm with Ryan
I
on that one.
might
I know
have
that
a leg up
Like,
Okay.
in an apocalyptic
'Cause you could rough it.
situation.
So-
I don't want to sleep with my head on a rock.
You
Well,
could
you
bring a pillow.
But it's still hard. There's
Well, bring
still
your good pillow.
Yeah,
no. I go with friends who are like, we're gonna do backcountry camping.
Oh, that's
they're
horrible.
psychos.
Okay, so what do you guys have going on? You're gonna do a tour in the fall, and do you have any shows coming up?
We are doing our first ever live edition of our holiday special on December 14th at the Outpost.
Oh, at the Outpost.
Yes.
Fun.
Yeah, they're trying to kind of get back into it and act like they put a lot of money into their setup, like
Yeah, they
new
did a big
lighting, new
renovation, so-
sound. Stage is better. They got a big video wall. It's going to be great.
Yeah, big production.
Cool.
We'll have
Right
a
before Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right before Christmas.
Oh.
So December 14th.
So fun. We'll
Get
be there.
tickets
Tell
on-
all your friends.
Yeah, get tickets on Eventbrite.
Okay. Now I'm looking forward to December.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes,
you.
thanks.
No
Good
problem.
luck
Thanks for the
on
chat.
tour.
Say goodbye again for the
Yeah.
5th time.
Bye.
Bye.
Like this is the Thunder Bay goodbye.
It's a thunderstorm kind of morning, and I left the window open. The rain came in, slapped me across the face, like it did some kind of favor to wake me from the danger that hides around every corner when I close my eyes and wait. So how can I convince myself you're no longer who I knew, and finally grieve over what we used to be? Yeah, the ghost that haunts my dreams, she isn't you. Another appointment in the morning, the tears fall without warning. Can't always find the heart to tell my therapist the truth. Yeah, maybe I'm ashamed of the little progress that I've made. Well, my ribcage is like a prison cell, holding on to that idea of you. So how can I convince myself you're no longer who I knew, and finally grieve over what we used to be? 'Cause the ghost that haunts my dreams, she isn't. So how can I convince myself you're no longer who I knew, and finally grieve over what we used to be? And the ghost that haunts my dreams, she isn't. Oh, how can I convince myself you're no longer who I knew, and finally grieve over what we used to be? 'Cause the ghost that haunts my dreams, she isn't you.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Nick.
We're from the Honest Heart Collective.
Perfect.
Good.
Thank you.
Before we go,
Yeah.
thank you very much for having us. This was a blast.
This is a
Oh,
pleasure.
good. I'm
Thank
glad you
you
had
for
fun.
chatting with
If I'd known,
us.
I would have brought beer.
Well, now we know.
Socks.
Now we know what to do for next time.
Okay, for next time. And that's all for this episode of Better in Stereo. We'll be back next month with more.
Better in Stereo is recorded live in studio at Blueprints.
Audio engineering by Mac Davis.
Edited by Aaron Collins.
Mixed by Jean-Paul DeRober.
She Isn't You, written and performed by the Honest Heart Collective.
Watch the live in-studio performance on YouTube or at blueprintsaudio.com/Better in Stereo.
Follow us on Instagram at Better in Stereo Podcast.
You can listen to Better in Stereo wherever you get your podcasts.